Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 10 here in our skyFABRICation skybase. I have done a little bit of prep for what we're going to work on today, and that is to continue on with our create now that we have the blaze burner that we need to do it. So, without further ado, let's get working on the mechanical mixer. So the first thing we need to do is make a whisk. We have some andesite alloy stashed away somewhere. There it is. And we need iron plates, which we have. So that recipe was like this. So we got that completed now. We already got the nether rack that we needed. The mechanical mixer uses casings, cogwheels, and a whisk. So let's see if I have those things. Need to make some more cogwheels. So let's put that back up on here just so we can easily jump to it. I need shafts and planks. And the shafts were just made with more andesite alloy. Let's use those up. Now we have a decent amount of shafts. So we need to make andesite casings. So I'm going to do a whole stack of those. Which means we're going to put down an entire stack of logs. And then what we're going to do is get our axe out. And we will just run along and debark all of them. Wait. Put our axe away because I don't want to waste the durability on that. We'll just hit this up. Vein mining with our fist. And there we go, we got a stack of those. Let's put some of this stuff away. I'm not even sure what this bark is useful for, but might as well keep it. Put a few more things away in this chest. Okay, so to do the andesite casings, we're going to need to put these down. Oh, I should have left them sitting. I don't know what I was thinking. That is okay. And we're going to need to make some more andesite alloys. So andesite alloys we're still doing in here. Andesite and iron, but we need some fuel for it. I haven't tested this, but I want to see, can I use lava as fuel in here? Oh, I sure can. That makes things much easier because I can get a couple buckets of lava and then have some more cooking up. There we go. So let's grab some more andesite and some more ingots. We'll just let that do its thing. I'm going to make a few of these for now, and then we'll just let that cook up, and then we'll get some more made once I have more andesite alloy. So, the next crafting step to do was to make some more cogwheels, so I need planks for that. And then we need to make a mixer. So the mechanical mixer connected on here. You can see we have, it doesn't have any impact right now because it's not being used. If we look down here, this had 256. We're really building onto this, but we're still doing okay with it. Let's see if I can grab my basin. We'll put that underneath. And for this particular setup, I need to put the blaze burner underneath it. And so I don't know if we need to light that or not. Let's just give it a shot. So what we needed to do was mix, I think it was copper and zinc. Oops. So let's see if this, do we have to throw these in? Looks like we do. Let me check it. Look and see. I don't know if this is actually working. Oh, this has a gear on it. So this doesn't connect like this. So what we need is a cogwheel here. Oops. Cogwheel there. And then we will grab that mechanical gearbox. Or the vertical gearbox is what it's called. And there we go. So now this is working. It's not rotating with enough speed. So let's take a look at our recipe. The goal that we're making here is to make brass ingots. So brass ingots with a mechanical mixer. Let's see. Does this need to be activated anyway? I don't think it needs to. I think that's good. We just need to increase the speed here. I'm not quite sure how we can do that right now. So I need to do some research on that, on how to increase the speed of the mixer. But it looks like we have everything set up to do what we need to do if we can just get the speed going where we need it to. So let me do a little behind the scenes research and we will get back. I'll come back once I have that understood. Messed around with it just a little bit and I now kind of understand better. So if we want to increase the amount of stress we have, we can do either larger generators or more generators. And so I did a large water wheel to go up to 512. But that didn't really do anything, so then I had to mess around a little more. So using the cogwheels is how you can get different speeds. And I think I could actually do this a little bit differently. Save myself some trouble here. If I just took this and then I put it on top of there, then I wouldn't need this, or this. You can see now this is moving at 128 stress units at its current speed. So going from this speed here, we used a small cog and then we connected to a large one down here. And then so this one is going faster than that one. And then we have another large cog connected to a small one, so it goes even faster. So that's how you increase the speed, using these ratios between the cogwheels. As far as this goes, the blaze spawner itself, you just need to feed it some fuel and it will heat up. And then we can take in our metals and throw them in, and you can see the mixer is doing its job. So it needs to be heated by the blaze spawner and it needs to be moving fast enough for it to do its thing. And we can just let it go. It's going to finish doing what it's doing there. Might take it a minute because I gave it 10 this time. But we did get some brass out of it already, which is pretty cool. Oh, it's too early. Oh, I wonder if I put this on. Does that mean it's only going to accept that stuff? No, it still took the thing. We'll let it do one more. So we managed to get our brass done. Let's check in on our things a little bit real quick. We got a reward for going to the nether. We got a reward from our heat sources, which is some XP. This was a reward back from getting the kelp. That gave us some stuff. Copper mesh gave us some glowstone dust. Gold gave us some more gold nuggets, which is always helpful. And in our mechanical age, we've done a lot of stuff. We get a random reward for this. I don't know, I'm going to run out of space here in a minute. I think I need to make another chest. Let's throw a bunch of stuff in there. So then we have from shoots, we get a random reward. Mechanical belt, we get a random reward. And a said funnel, we get a random reward. There's going to be a lot of random rewards. Let's just accept them all at once. So we got tofu burger, some rope, lily of the valley, hamburger, flask of vanity's emptiness, and a stone shield. What is that flask? Emptiness. Botania. Interesting. Okay. So now we got all our rewards taken care of. Go back here, grab this brass out. So the reason we needed we got the mixer done, that's done, that's done, that's done. We needed to make the brass funnel. The next step we needed to do that was get shroom lights. We still have not quite done that yet. So let's head back into the nether. And we're going to explore some of those. Oh, I'm going to need to bring some blocks along. We're going to explore some of those other little islands that we had in there to see if we can't find some warped fungus and stuff to grow that. So let's take a look and see what we can find. I didn't really explore too many of them while we were in here. I was on a path just to get to the fortress. But the different ones here will have a lot of different stuff for us. Let's go up. I think that one is like a magma slime island. I don't really want to deal with the magma slimes. And I don't think it's going to have what we need anyway. So I'm going to go ahead past this one. These skulls just seem to appear everywhere. I have to keep an eye out on them if they don't knock me off. Looks like we have plenty of wither skeletons. I think I might do the little path here, just so that in case one of them spawns with a bow, it doesn't knock me off again. And then I can go around this corner pretty easily. Okay, so this, let's see what we see over here. This one has pigmen spawning on it. And I can't quite see what that is, but I don't think it's what we need. This one over here looks pretty interesting. So we might go to that one in a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to have warped anything on it. I want to see what those there are. So let's head over to this one and see what we get. Uh-oh, he's got a crossbow. He's going to shoot me right off of here. Okay, let's deal with him. There he goes. Bye-bye, buddy. Oops. Alright, that'll do it. My pick broken already? So frustrating. Definitely need to get better tools. In fact, I may work on that when I get back. Just gonna repair everything. Okay, so there is definitely, this is glass, I think. Can we break that? I can't break the obsidian glass. I can't break the obsidian. Doesn't look like I can get in there to see anything in there. But we'll come back for that at another point. What I wanted to see was these here. Magma flower seeds. It's just used for composting? That doesn't really do much for us. It gave us magma creams, which is cool, but not what we need. Looks like that's the same other kind of island. The fortress we've been through pretty good. Let's go check out and see what's over here. Okay, so I can see some hoglins down there. That's going to be a problem. It looks like this is almost like a little mini bastion. So it's going to have some loot in it for sure. But I don't know that it's going to have what we're looking for. Let's hop down and take a look. See if we can find something in here. Black terracotta. I'm mildly concerned about those little whites. Because if they turn out to be something that harms me, it could be a serious problem. Why is there a chicken in here? Sounds in here are pretty epic. Uh-oh. That was a mistake. Okay, so they're still mad at me. Let's go this way. Oh. That's just a baby. I don't think he's going to attack me. Now this is the level we saw that hoglin on. We gotta be careful there. Let's go this way. This is very creepy. It's also not very productive. See a spawner there. What kind of a spawner is that? Oops, there's a chest for sure. Let's get rid of this block. Stone sword. Definitely want to grab those pistons. The pigment spawner. Interesting. Just grab everything I can. There are stairs there. Okay, good. The pigments aren't mad at me anymore. At least it doesn't appear to be that way. See that there was another piston over here. I think that was just a way to get in to get to that loot area. I think the one loot area we found is all that we get. So we're gonna head back over this way and we'll head back up. We'll remember that that spawner's there in case we need it for something. Oh, there's redstone there. Like, why can't I place a block? Okay, so let's head out this way. So that was an interesting little exploration. Didn't give us anything that we needed, but it was still cool to see. How do we get back up to our thing? Okay, let's do nether bricks, just pillar up. Okay, so that was a successful trip because we didn't die, but not successful because we did not find what we were looking for. So I think I need to just keep exploring these until I can find one that has some shrooms on it. But I'm going to do that off camera for a little bit so that we're not just doing that the entire episode. I explored the nether for a good bit longer, got a bunch of things, but nothing that was what we were looking for. What I did check out is that in here we have the ability, using a fan behind a soul fire in haunting, to turn red mushrooms into crimson fungus and brown mushrooms into warp fungus. So I'm over here by our house. We have a bunch of areas where mushrooms have grown. I'm just collecting a whole bunch of them, and we're going to go set up a system to convert some of these mushrooms into the fungus that we need, which is probably what I should have just done in the beginning, but it was still fun to explore the nether some more. There is a lot of cool things in there that we will get to eventually, but I would like to get more work done with our tech so that we can be a little less fragile when we go in there. So in order to set this up, we need to make an encased fan, which is not a problem. We also need to set up some soul fire. And so while I was in the nether, I grabbed some soul soil. I put it in here. I've been kind of organizing some things a little bit just so that I have a place to put things for now, without having to constantly search everything, which is helpful. But so if we do soul fire and then we do flint and steel on it, that gives us so the soul soil, when we set it on fire, it burns as soul fire. So that's perfect. That's what we need. So I think that what I might do, since we already have this set up, I'm going to, oh, I gotta grab one of my buckets. I have them all kind of in a tool chest here. Instead of setting up a whole new system over here with a new fan, I have the one that I set up here for the water that I don't currently need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the block underneath here with soul soil. And then I can put, set that on fire. And I think I still want to have a block behind there. Probably want to make this a little easier to get up. I have some cobblestone over here that I had already pulled out. But so just because it's going to blow the stuff around, I think I'm going to go like this. Go up one more. Make a stairway to get up here. So now, if I throw these mushrooms in there, do they get affected by the soul fire? It looks like the icons are, or the particles are there showing me that something's happening. So let's just give it a minute and we'll see what happens. Yeah, there we go. They're definitely converting now. The brown mushrooms going to do the same? Yeah, they did. Okay. So now we have the different types of nether fungi. Let's go in here. It said it completed a quest. Or was that an advancement? That must have been under here. By the way, there is a ton of advancements that we can follow as well. We may look through some of those at some point. But as far as I know, we can grow these on just on netherrack. So let's try that. Oh, I guess maybe we can't. Let's see. So if we go to, if we do crimson nylium, is there a way for us to get that? Let's see, maybe if I bone meal it, it'll turn into something else. Well, that's interesting. Let's do a bunch of it and see what we get. Maybe we can get one of these to turn to crimson nylium. I don't even know if that's a thing. I did not see any of this in the nether. And I don't see a recipe for getting it either. Let's grab a little more bone meal if I have it. Looks like we're getting nether moss, but not nylium. I wonder if there's a way for me to make that. So I'm going to have to try to figure that out, because I think I'm going to need that in order to plant these trees, or these fungus. Because I think they can only grow on nylium. And I don't have... all I have in here is netherrack. I didn't get anything else to make it. And it didn't look like there was a recipe for crafting it. Let's look at warped. Is there a difference? Is a difference for that one, maybe? No, that's still just a block loot drop. Yeah, I'm going to have to look this up and see if I can figure out a way to make it so that we can grow fungus. So even though I was able to get the crimson fungus and the warped fungus in the overworld, I'm not able to grow it because I don't have any nylium to place it on, and I couldn't find a way to make it. So I'm back here in the nether. I've been searching for a place where I might have a chance to find it, because with the better nether, there are so many different biomes here. And I finally hit a warped forest right here at the end of this pathway. And if you look over here, there's this structure that's built out of warped fungus logs. I'm not sure what they're called, actually. And I think from where I was, it looked like the bottom of it has some nylium in it. So I'm hoping that that's the case, because if I can get one piece of it, then I'll be able to grow some trees. That is the goal. I can't tell if that is... can't tell if that is or not. We'll have to just get up there and see. I'm almost out of cobblestone. I have done so much path building in the nether to get to here. That is definitely not nylium. It is the leaves. And that's the wood. I don't have many blocks left at all to build. Let's try to just get up there and see. I'm just going to pillar up, I think, with this little bit of netherrack I have on me. And then I can come across to it. Oh, great. There are things trying to kamikaze themselves into me. That's awesome. That's what I need. There's also a bastion remnants here, which is pretty cool, but not what I need. Try to get in here and see what we can find. Oh, there's nylium. I see it. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Ooh, there's another one. This is gonna be rough. I'm gonna have to come back. But there was in fact some there. So we'll have to come back and get our grave, and then we'll be able to get some nylium and hopefully be able to bring it back with us so that we can grow what we need. I'm on my way back out to where I died, but I wanted to show you this. I had bridged right through here. I didn't go down to explore it because it doesn't look like it has what I need, but it's definitely something I want to explore later, like a whole village here. And just to show you how far we have to go, I bridged all the way through. I actually hit 2 of these. All the way out to 0 on the x-axis, and then I didn't find anything there, so I decided to come back, and right in the midpoint, right around 1,000, actually right at 1,000, I went down this way, and that's where I ran into the warped forest. There's just so many biomes with better nether that, like, you cannot find the regular ones very often, so I'm pretty sure what I saw in that room was nylium. I hope I can pick it up. I don't know. I can't remember if you need silk touch to pick it up or not. Worst case scenario, I can grow a few trees there if I can clear the area out, but it's pretty dangerous. So I'm going to get back there and get in to get our stuff and go back from there. So I have good news and I have bad news. I made it back, got my grave. There is nylium here, the warped nylium. It turns into netherrack when you mine it, which is what I thought. I thought you needed silk touch to grab it, which we can take care of. But so what I did is I planted down one of the funguses that I brought with me, and then I'm coming up here. Let's do it this way. And I grew this tree using a little bit of bone meal. And I'm just going to grab a couple of shroom lights off of it, because that is what I need for now. See if I can't get another one from the other side here. Yeah, there's a couple more. And so we're just going to grab these few and we'll go back, and then we will figure out a way to make a silk touch tool that we can use to harvest the nylium so we can take it back and set up a farm for shroom lights in the overworld. Inventory is super full. Okay. The shroom lights we need for the next step in create, and so just a couple of them will get us through to the next step we need to do, but we definitely need to find a way to get this nylium back to our base so that we can set up a farm to grow them in mass, because we're going to need a lot of them. So I'm going to take this back. Oh, there's a chest there. Definitely want to check that out while I'm here. I don't have any more bag space anywhere, do I? Not particularly. Let's just get down there to see this. Bunch of gold, bunch of redstone, a bunch of quartz. Nothing super fancy that we really need, but I don't need any of this cobblestone to take back, so let's do that. I'll grab these things because they're more important than that. I have infinite cobblestone when I go back. These don't really have anything too fancy. We'll leave them here for now. I definitely want the quartz though. Okay. So now I'm going to grab these. I already checked that chest out down there. Also nothing super fancy in there. But so we got 4 shroom lights, which is not a huge amount, but we can come back here and grow more if we need to. And like I said, we need to work on getting a silk touch so that we can set up a shroom light farm. But we have a long journey to get back to our portal, so I'll meet you back in the overworld. Okay, I am back at our base, and I realized that we're getting pretty long in this episode. I didn't get much done again, but we did get a lot of nether stuff finished, and we're still moving on with our tech, so I'm pretty okay with that. I do want to finish up getting just this brass funnel made, because that's what I've been working on for an episode and a half. So let's get that going, and then we will next episode we'll definitely get working on some more stuff that'll be a little more interesting, I think. So let's see. To do the electronic tube, we need a polished rose quartz. So I already made the rose quartz, and then I'm not quite sure how this works. I'm gonna have to figure this out. It looks like maybe it's an offhand thing. Yes, that's it. You put the sandpaper in the offhand, and that's how you make it. Sweet. Then we need to go to our bag, because we need to get some redstone, and then we're going to need some sticks. Grab some of those. And if we do that, we can get a redstone torch. The next thing we need for an electron tube is 2 shroom light dust. I already made those. I put them over here in order to make them. Let me see, where did I put the shroom light? I saved one just so I could show you how it works. All you do is take the shroom light and you throw it inside the millstone, and it does its thing. And then after a few minutes, you can pull out some shroomlight dust. Oh, I didn't wait long enough, but that's okay. We already have some. So then we take this, and this, and this. Now I need an iron nugget. Iron. Just need one, so we'll put that there. And then we should be able to craft this part. Sweet, our first electron tube. Let's go in here. We need a piece of brass. We had already made some in our mixer. And then we had dried kelp. I put it back in here. So we can now craft our brass funnel. We get 2 of them for the process. So I'm going to grab a few things real quick. We're going to do a little bit more just to get some things done here. We're going to need some belts. I want the andesite funnel. I'm going to want this and this. We may need a gearbox. And let's get our wrench. So I already went down here and started to do some work. So basically I want to use the power from this generator to do the rest of this farm, so it's all one contained thing. And so I need the vertical gearbox underneath. That's perfect. So then that allows us to do a shaft that comes out this way. And then we're going to need another gearbox. And let's see, I don't remember how to make the gearbox off the top of my head again. We need 4 cogwheels and a casing. So if we take the cogwheels here, we can make a gearbox. I want to make 2 of them if I can. Did. Perfect. So then we want vertical gearbox. This one's going to go like this. That's great. And then we want another vertical gearbox. And I want to rotate this one. How do I want to rotate this? That's the way I want. So then what we're going to do is we'll have a shaft here. And we want to put another one here. And then we'll be able to take a mechanical belt. And these will just work like conveyor belts, but they also transfer the rotational energy. So now, let's do... I'll just use this as a temporary block. We're going to put our depot on here. Let's see if that works. Andesite funnel. So an andesite funnel, when you put it on, it just takes items out of the box. So you saw when you put it on the side, it just drops it into the world. What we want here, actually, I think I want this to be lower. I want it here. Yeah, that's right. So that'll put that onto there, which means that this will keep putting items out when there's space for new items to come in. And then the last thing we want, I'm going to grab some wood. That's not what I meant to do. But let's, oh, we already have a chest. We'll just use a jungle chest. And so what we're going to do here is we'll put a chest like this. We're going to put a brass funnel on here. So the brass funnel, the reason we want the brass funnels work just like the andesite funnels, except they have some added functionality. And what we want to do first of all is put a filter on here so that the only thing we can pick up here is dried kelp. So next thing we need to do, we're actually going to borrow the one from over here just for now because I do not feel like making a new one. We need an encased fan. And we're going to put that fan, put it on this side. We want it to be here. And then we're going to do shaft from here. It comes out like this. And I haven't tested this yet, but I want to see, can I connect this diagonally? I can. And that's going to make the fan blow, but it's blowing the wrong direction. So if I make another gearbox, all my create stuff is up here. I don't have what I need to make that, so I just need to get some wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then gearbox is made like that. So now I can take a gearbox, put it in here. And if you remember, the gearbox changes the directionality of the rotation. And so now this is rotating the opposite direction, meaning items are blowing out. So the last thing I need to craft, I'm going to need some logs for this. And then I need some charcoal. I don't know if I have any. I do. So I need to make campfire. And I think a campfire will work for this. We're going to find out. So if I put a campfire in front of there, and I light it, now we have hot flames coming from our thing. And you can see that that dried, or that kelp there, is getting particles. And if we look in here, we have a piece of dried kelp. So basically what's happening is the kelp is being dropped out from here onto this belt. It's going into there, and it's getting dropped onto the belt, so it goes into the depot. It'll sit on the depot, and you can watch. One will change, another one will go on, and the heat from the campfire is drying it. And so now we have dried kelp automatically being produced from our kelp farm. So that was our main goal in doing all the things we did in the nether, being able to get to this point. In the next one, I'm going to take a break from doing this stuff. I want to get into Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the mod that allows us to make different tools, and I think armor. I don't know if it has the armor in this pack. It looks like it does. And so we can get that set up, but the thing that was holding us back from making it was that we needed grout. And the reason that we couldn't make grout is because we needed a mixer to make grout. Well, now we have a mixer. So if we get clay, gravel, and sand, we can make grout, which will allow us, if we follow down this path, in our alloy forge, the grout can be turned into seared bricks, which can be used to make all the pieces for our smeltery. And then we'll be able to melt down metals and make tool parts. So instead of having stone tools here, we can finally switch over to having iron tools and even better tools than that. But we'll start with iron because that's what we can get. After that, I want to get into automating some of our ore production using Create, because we do have the sieve production over in our house, and we can get a decent amount of ores from it, but it's all manual. I want to make an automatic system where I want to go all the way from the beginning process where we take cobblestone and we break it down into different blocks, which are then run through grindstones and everything like that to produce all the different ores. And so we can set up a little mini factory that runs it. And we're getting closer to being able to do that. We still need some more tech, and so there's going to be some slower parts, so it might take a while, but that is our next main goal after Hephaestus. So that is what we're going to be working on. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. I know it's a really long one, but I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.